The victims of Penguinz0, Charlie. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going deep down the rabbit hole. As all of you know, Charlie is my favorite character in hentai. I mean, my favorite YouTuber. I love him so much. He's beautiful and sexy and very much appreciate a lot of what he does. That said, Penguinz0 had some victims in his time. People he's goofed and gaffed on a little too hard.
Charlie White, more commonly known as Cr1TiKaL, is the creator
God, he makes me so moist.
of the Penguinz0 YouTube channel. Throughout his career, he's dipped into many genres of content, from Call of Duty to fast food tier lists, and even creating original songs with his friends. Easily the most popular are his commentary videos, bringing to light some of these strange, dishonest, and depraved creators on the platform. Some of his videos covering these figures stand at upwards of 10 million views. But what happened to these people after he covered them? Did their careers die as the controversy took over their brand? Or did they rebound and turn into something greater? Today, we'll be
Sneako jump scare, oh my god.
revisiting the most notable people covered by Cr1TiKaL to see where they are now. While dubstep has largely been reduced to memes nowadays, it's not hard to remember how unironically popular it used to be in the early 2010s. Channels would get upwards of 500 million views on a single song during
I didn't know about this Charlie arc, nani?
its peak, and almost everyone found ways to incorporate it into whatever they were making. If you were on the internet around this time, there was no way you hadn't heard at least a little dubstep or EDM. In 2011, Richard Geist would share his passion for this genre by creating Social Repose Music, a YouTube channel where he posted his own alternative electronic music alongside covers that were similar in nature. After a few months went by, Geist decided to expand his online persona, adopting the moniker of just Social Repose.
I think I've heard of this guy. I do not know this situation.
The channel slowly gained traction over the years, procuring a small but loyal fan base of people who enjoyed his music and occasional vlogs. In 2014, Rich created a specific look to his persona.
Okay, I know. Alright, that's how. He's the emo guy. The mega emo edgelord guy. I've seen him floating around.
Donning a purple headdress and establishing a brand identity that became synonymous with his content. While this headdress did give the channel a unique look, it also offended some who viewed it as cultural appropriation. Rich
Well, it offends me as being mega cringe.
responded to these grievances after they became more prevalent, denying any accusations and disagreeing with commenters.
So the only thing that my headdress has
Oh my god, that voice does not fit, bro. That voice, it's like the man with the white thing, with the black marks on his face, with the headdress. He looks like he's gonna be a Giga Chat. He's like, so my biggest problem here is the fact that no one understands Dora.
common with a traditional ceremonial Native American headdress is its shape. Other than that, it doesn't resemble in the symbols on the headband. It is made from a different animal. It is dyed the wrong color. The shape is similar, but everything else is totally different.
Oh my god, man's like, you might think this is a headdress, but actually, it's made from a different animal, so...
Making it not a traditional ceremonial sacred headdress.
Outside of YouTube, Social Repose had gone on tour, doing 20 live shows and slowly gaining more and more fans. One of the things that could be considered the channel's first big break was when he mimicked big alternative artist voices, gaining millions of views on the most popular rendition. Nearly 5 years after its inception, Social Repose had reached over 100,000 subscribers and it branched out to a wider variety of content. Things like reactions, commentary videos, and short skits were uploaded a lot more now. And as the channel got bigger, fans had gotten a closer look into the personality of Richie and developed a connection with him as a person. The same could also be said about his new girlfriend, Ayala, a content creator that Richie had been collaborating with for a while. The two
Oh god, content creator couples are a nightmare. Whenever I hear it's like, yes, this guy who's they've collabed in the past, and now they're boyfriend and girlfriend, I'm like, ah!
would officially begin dating publicly, and afterwards, Ayala appeared a lot more frequently on the channel. From here, Richie got more comfortable with Ayala, and even made a joke video where he faked a breakup with her. Unfortunately, the false reality
What a fucking loser.
portrayed in his video would soon become a very real one. Around this time, Social Repose had gotten
Damn, bro. Man did a fake clickbait we broke up video to farm some peepees and then he goddamn broke up with her. If that's not divine comedy, I don't know what is. Oh my god.
another big break. Popular YouTuber Leafyus Here had recently covered his channel, and millions of people were about to see his content for the very first time.
Social Repose is a YouTuber that makes makes vlogs, music videos, and dresses like a fucking bird. Now, I have no issue with this guy's content whatsoever. I think that some of his vlogs aren't even that bad.
To his and Leafy's surprise, the infamously toxic fan base of Leafy's actually responded positively to his music. His sudden surge of viewers nearly doubled his number of subscribers at the time, reaching almost 600,000 pretty quickly. Following this newfound popularity, Rich started collaborating with channels of a similar size, one of these being Jacqueline Glenn, another alternative-style YouTuber. The collaboration
What's an alternative-style YouTuber? What does that even mean?
that ensued, pretty of these being Jacqueline Glenn,
terrifying.
another alternative-style YouTuber. The collaboration that ensued
Dude looks like a fucking Yu-Gi-Oh card. Oh my god, bro.
pretty much encapsulated the duo's ideology and comedy. They posted a video of themselves drinking while reading the Bible together and mocking it. From the video itself, there's a clearly flirtatious atmosphere, and it's clearly a moment that planted a seed of interest in each other from the two creators.
Neuron activated. They then fuck.
Ayala had actually recently broken up with Rich and went on a live stream after the Bible video warning Jacqueline not to pursue him. She claimed,
Oh god! See, this is why content creator relationships are a nightmare. A colossal nightmare. Oh my god. Like, I remember people were shipping me with different content creators, and I specifically popped out to say, guys, do not ship me with other content creators. It's mega cringe.
claimed that he had cheated on her with multiple people, and he had been a terrible person throughout their relationship.
Richie cheated on me a lot. That's true. He
Oh,
really did.
great.
With a lot of people. Multiple people. For sure. That's a real thing that happened.
Jacqueline, largely ignoring this warning, eventually did get romantically involved with Rich, and the two officially became a couple a few weeks later.
What is this video he's posting? Oh my god, dude.
This time, however, Rich wanted this
It's that headdress. They just see the headdress and they just freaking, their panties just drown.
relationship to be largely private in order to avoid more drama. 8 days after this, though, he would contradict himself by recording his proposal to
Man is a clout demon. Man is guzzling on the balls of clout right now.
Jacqueline and getting engaged the same day. Regardless, the now engaged couple would start appearing in each other's videos and growing each other's channels. Social Repose's content had largely shifted by now, focusing less on music and much more on conventional commentary. For the next few months,
A lot of people are unaware of how useful it is to leverage relationships for content. That's why it's so toxic. It's so toxic because it makes you grow faster. It makes audiences really jump to both sides. They will feel like they're part of this story. It's a really messed up world out there, and you will keep seeing this fake shit going on forever.
everything seemed great. The channel was doing well, and so was Jacqueline's, and the relationship between them seemed to be flourishing. That is, until history decided to repeat itself. Almost a year after Rich and Jacqueline started dating, and half a year after they had been engaged,
They got engaged in 6 months. Ooh, I wonder if that was for content.
Jacqueline would upload a video titled, "I'm an Idiot."
Richie was so willing to like put me in videos, and like I just felt like he was so proud to be with me, and
But then you realize that it was all clickbait. All that for a drop of clout and a lot of pussy.
I took that as such a compliment. But now we are not together anymore. There is this girl that he dated briefly a few years ago.
Oh, God.
He reconnected with her after his last relationship
That is
ended,
so
and they
cursed.
stayed in touch. And a few months after we started dating, like officially started dating, he slept with her, and they
Oh,
stayed in
brother,
touch
this
throughout
guy
our
stinks!
entire relationship, the entire relationship. And on his most recent tour, the first date, it was, I think, New Jersey or New York. I don't know exactly where, okay? First date on the tour, she went to his show and he pulled her into a bathroom for a quickie. I know this because I went through his phone and read his texts, and no, I don't feel sorry about it.
Viewers were not happy, demanding that Rich explain himself. A few hours later, Rich
I've seen this video. This Joker face looking motherfucker. That's where this is from. This creepy ass looking smile.
Richie himself uploaded what looked like an apology.
There's obviously a dark side to everything, clearly. Everyone was incredibly devastated when they heard that we had broken up.
Why is he smiling when he's saying that? He's like, everyone's incredibly devastated when they heard we were broken up. Fellas, is it gay to porn?
Because I did cheat on her, just like I did my ex-girlfriend, which everyone knows about.
Now I will say
He's really pretty calm about this.
that
That's really not cool, bro.
this video video retrospectively is not as bad as some say it is, considering his main concern seems to be that his dirty laundry was aired, rather than stating that he had done nothing wrong. That being said, he also realizes that he probably shouldn't have dated another YouTuber if he didn't want this information to be out there at all.
Or, you know, he shouldn't have cheated on her. But yes, also dating other YouTubers that's a rough pill to swallow. But aside from that, bro, maybe it's the whole cheating on them part. He's like, I hate the fact that I was exposed. The problem is I dated a YouTuber. The problem is you cheated on her.
Especially considering he previously stated he didn't want any kind of publicity to his next relationship. And then he widely publicized his next relationship, which was with a public figure. The apology is also hurt by the fact that instead of just taking responsibility for his own actions, he does a lot of, well, she knew what she was getting into.
Oh my god! Man really went out there. It's like, well, she knew I was a cheated on my last girlfriend, so when she agreed to get engaged to me, she knew that the real possibility was there that I would cheat on her too, so
If Rich hadn't created such a public presence with Jacqueline, then the issue wouldn't have blown up the way it did. But because their engagement was so public and they did so much content together, their fan base became accustomed to that content and the parasocial attachment to their love life. The fans were invested in them being together. So of course, they were outraged when it was his fault that they...
Really easy to farm with your fake date. I did a whole meme thing with Fifi. We were just, you know, responding to each other on Twitter and stuff. We were making fun of each other and making up all these hilarious random situations that we kept finding ourselves in, and everyone loved it and it was funny. Even though it was clearly a meme, aside from the copious amounts of sex that we've had, it was definitely a meme. When we dropped merch, it sold like hotcakes. Like, I am not even kidding, bro. Literally, I've done a bunch of merch drops in the past. That merch drop probably sold 3 times to 5 times the amount as any other merch drop I've ever done. Yeah, anyway, so we're gonna be definitely starting to date again. But what I'm trying to say is, like, the relationship things, they sell. They sell on the internet. Like, we made it as much of a meme as possible, bro. Literally.
broke up. 3 days after this was posted, Critical
Let's
covered
go!
it in his
Yeah, baby! That's what it's for! That's what it's all about! Woo!
video, worst apology on YouTube. During that, he remarked how disingenuous Social Repose seemed, and how it looked like he was either trying to make up excuses or extend the video past the 10-minute mark.
I cut a few things out here, but it really served no purpose. I don't even see why he would talk about it unless he was really trying to stretch this video past 10 minutes for ad revenue, which could be an incredibly douchebaggy thing to do. What he was saying is he vowed never to have another public relationship since he cheated on his last girlfriend, but then he met Jacqueline and obviously had a public relationship. And he also talked about another
I didn't mean to have a public relationship with an influencer, but I collabed with an influencer and it turned out she had a vagina, and I was just like, goddamn.
promise he made a while back where he said he would never ever cheat on anyone ever again, and he was wrong.
I was thinking about not cheating on her, but then I met up with somebody and she had a vagina, so I was like, goddamn, and I just went...
Just like my father when he said I would be 6'5" when I grew up.
Charlie's scathing criticism made this video explode, racking up almost 8 million views. A few hours after it went live, Social Repose would lose 20,000 subscribers, and even posted a video of himself watching his channel die. After the dust had settled, his apology video had received 75,000 dislikes, and anything he posted to his channel would get bombarded as well. Now, it's not like Critical was the only person criticizing him, or that his
God, look at that handsome man. I missed his face.
base was particularly invested in Richie's channel before this, but thanks to how succinctly he worded his video and how many views it got, to those outside of his audience, he was just kind of seen as the guy who didn't feel bad for cheating on his girlfriend.
He was the guy that didn't feel bad for cheating on his girlfriend. His first one and his second one.
And it didn't help that his girlfriend was also more famous than him.
Oh my god, dude. Didn't help that his girlfriend was more famous than him. That is a toxic freaking line. God damn.
Years later, this controversy would also be featured on Charlie's YouTuber apology list, being ranked in the A tier.
Next up, we have another big one. This is Social Repose's apology for cheating on another YouTuber named Jacqueline Glynn. And I actually made a video on this one where I called it the worst apology on YouTube. And to be honest, it still just might be. So I think this apology from Social Repose deserves an A tier in just how fucking terrible and horrible it is.
The original video from Richie was uploaded on November 5th, 2017, and while he did receive a steady decline in viewership past that point, I think it would be facetious to say that Charlie was the sole cause. Richie himself
was
was a
probably
part of it.
the him cheating that was the main cause. I don't think this is like a victim of Charlie. I think Charlie just put a spotlight on a guy that was already self-imploding.
The alternative music scene that began on sites like MySpace, largely tied to scene and emo culture around the band's Warped Tour. That's why many of his song covers are from artists like Panic at the Disco and Bring Me the Horizon. This scene was already having a decline in cultural currency around the time his apology was
Why is he wearing a bra?
released, and as a result, what he really lost was the audience that was there for him and Jack's relationship, the people that wanted the couple content, because there was no more couple
What is going on here?
content. And while his most popular uploads are from prior to the breakup, it's not like he hasn't had videos crack 500,000 views since then, which is impressive for a channel as old as his. But realistically, the odds were already stacked against him. His content has become more infrequent after the breakup, and he hasn't made a huge effort to innovate with what he posts. So while Charlie's popular video is a fun scapegoat for his decline, in reality, there's no one to blame but himself. There are two kinds of people in this world: those who know Riley Reid and liars. Even if you
I know Riley Reid. She's this girl that was on a podcast I saw once.
genuinely don't, you probably know the equally infamous motif that gives you a pretty good clue about what her line of work is. It wouldn't be a stretch to say Riley is one of the most popular adult actresses of all time, only being topped by a select few. Well, she's been topped by many, but you get what I mean. Riley has won several
Turkey Tom made a joke. What?
adult video-related awards, including Most Popular Female Performer, Best Actress, and even Social Media Star of the Year. In fact,
Oh,
she's
what? She won Social Media Star on the Year because I guess she slept with all the judges.
gained so much widespread attention that there have even been mainstream memes centered around the actress's career choice. Riley, being very aware of these, has heavily leaned into the comedic side of the industry and largely embraced the memes.
Honestly, respect. That is the way to go.
A good example of this would be a rap song she made in 2016 with lyrics pertaining to her more famous endeavors. Most notably though, she infamously dropped the gamer word in this song. General reception of the song was pretty mixed, with some viewers finding it
Oh wait, she actually did say the N-word. I thought chat was just kidding. I know her from saying the N-word. You actually did know her from saying the N-word?
great, and others not. One of the few rappers that lives the life they rap about. This hits different when you're deaf. One viewer in particular especially didn't like the song. Critical, uploading worst rap ever created.
Lad, dude, I freaking love Charlie so much.
In it, he essentially just roasts the lyrics while inserting jokes along the way, critiquing how absurd the hypersexualized song was and how we did not find it that funny. In modern times, this video would be pretty out of place, but back in 2017, content was very different. Back then, if you wanted to watch commentary videos, you had to hop on your dinosaur and either watch a dude with CSGO surf gameplay or another dude dressed like a green alien talking about the weird objects his audience liked to mail him. The video by Charlie did pretty good and got a solid 4 million views.
That's
Yet
pretty
Riley
awesome.
never responded and the subject was left to dissipate in viewers' minds.
Well, not really. Didn't Riley, like, hate Charlie, like, behind the scenes forever because of this?
A year later, however, Riley would get up with Critical once again. Charlie had quote retweeted a fan drawing of her in a certain position, spreading a certain something, and he talked about how he found it amusing that the artist used crayon to do this. The actual
It's such a Charlie thing to talk about.
Like, yeah, this position of her sharing her chocolate starfish to everyone, just spreading her cheeks for worldwide television, that's normal. But it's that someone did it in crayon that really got me to appreciate the impressionistic aspect of it. It's like if a septic truck hits an even bigger septic truck, the explosion would be phenomenal.
tweet he made is now deleted, but the video he made addressing what happened afterwards is not, and attempts to explain how he didn't see the interaction as that serious. He just thought the art was funny, so he wanted to say something funny about it, to the extreme anger of the artist as well as the adult star herself.
And then
Dude, imagine roasting fan art so hard that the person you made the fan art for hates you. Imagine being hated by a porn star. Couldn't be me.
I guess people found it and told the artist that I said that, and then the artist called me an asshole, and then Riley Reid retweeted that saying I'm an asshole, so then they were just double teaming me. And you know, it all stemmed because, I mean, come on, it's a crayon drawing of a porn star's asshole.
That's
How's
hilarious.
that not entertaining?
The pristine artist of this
He's so
piece
based.
responded after the video was dropped, thanking him for saying that she was talented, and that's where the situation pretty much ended. The actual video got 10 million views, but Riley and her career was virtually unaffected, and she just
Of course it was unaffected. See, the beauty of porn stars are, like, what are you gonna do, cancel them? It's like, oh, this porn star said the N-word. Oh, I can't even look at her titties anymore because of that. Like, oh God, every time I see her titties, I just see N-words. Like, if there's someone that you're listening to for, like, commentary, and it turns out they're a horrible person behind the scenes, it's like, I don't know, maybe you don't want to get your moral cues. But, like, if there's, like, a porn star, and she's a bad person behind the scenes, she's very virtually unaffected in her actual line of work.
She kept doing what she had been doing for the past few years to make millions. Fans had a good laugh, and that was it. Today, Riley has come out and spoken about how she regrets doing adult videos, saying how her family refuses to talk to her, and it ruined her
God, that's sad.
perceptions of relationships, as well as making her stray away from having kids.
I've lost my whole family.
Shit,
it sucks. So a lot of times when people ask me if they should do, and I tell them no. I tell them that it makes life really hard. It makes dating really hard. It makes your family life really hard. It makes intimacy hard. You're putting yourself out there and the world is now judging you. You have to be okay with being shamed every day of your life. I don't
That is really rough, buddy. Like, it's real.
want to have children because I do porn.
But obviously, this
Bro, porn stars' children must be humiliated all the time. Like, god damn.
was for reasons unrelated to Charlie, who just wanted to make fun of a rap song and fan art of one of the most popular female stars of our era. RiceGum is a YouTuber who rose to fame during the mid-2010s.
Alright, it's not really a Charlie victim. He just made fun of, that's not a Charlie victim, bro.
And used to be one of the most influential creators really ever.
That's a scary, man. Feels as though my dick is about to burrow its way back into my body, but I'm not gonna let him.
Claim to fame was his roasts and diss tracks, with the latter receiving over 100 million views on some uploads. If there was one word to describe his content,
Is he
it would
really
be
a Charlie victim, though?
hypebeast-centric. I think that's 2 words, but he made vlogs, commentary videos, and was always trying to insert himself into whatever controversy was going on. While he was a commentator of sorts, he didn't fit in with channels of the time like H3H3, who sought to poke fun at modern e-celebrity culture. RiceGum instead played directly into modern e-celebrity culture, constantly flexing his cars and how much money he made. This caught Critical's attention, which led him to post a video aptly titled Douche.
I remember watching this video 5 years ago. I remember when this video came out and I was like, oh shit! And then I saw it get tons of views and I was like, oh my god, this man, Charlie, he shot up in the sky like a leprechaun on Viagra. This absolute Giga Chad.
Tubers. Despite the slightly clickbait thumbnail, as the video had little to do with RiceGum himself, Charlie did hone in on the flexing from a similar content creator, Ryan Franklin, comparing him to Rice and calling them both very obnoxious.
Based.
He is always flexing, and flexing is one of the main things with douche tubers. I really personally don't understand why people will just stand for that. That's just so insulting and spitting in your face. Hey, you've supported me, now I'm going to brag to you that you don't have these things.
Yeah!
You know, like, cool, whatever, like, I don't actually care, but apparently I'm a hypocrite because I complain about people doing clickbait, but then proceed to do clickbait myself. Now, I sort of get your point, but at the same time, your points are irrelevant, alright? They're
I'll get your point, but it's irrelevant.
dumb, they're stupid. I mean, I do the odd misleading thumbnail, the odd misleading title here and there, and if you're dumb enough to, like, you know, be misled and like actually go onto the video, like, I've clickbaited you, I won, I've got the extra view, like, you're so dumb if you
What the fuck is he saying? This is the wildest response I've ever heard in my life.
go onto the video.
I am in firm agreement with Ryan on this point here. If you are a fan of Ryan Franklin, you are dumb, and you are stupid.
And while the flexing from people like Rice was pretty insufferable, it hardly constituted calling him a bad person. Just a very, very annoying one. That is, until the mystery brand controversy happened. When you get
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, where he was sponsored by a basically scam gambling site.
any amount of audience to tune into your content, companies begin looking to market their own products to that audience. This comes in the form of sponsorships, which are a helpful way for
Raid Shadow Legends! Subscribe! Get my merch!
independent content creators to make money. They've become especially prevalent since 2017, when Google's ads became a less predictable source of income. But that also includes brands with poor reputations. One such brand being Mystery Brand. Yes, that's the name of the company.
Yep,
Mystery
that's
Brand was
rough.
an online gambling site akin to things like CSGO crate unboxing, but with real-life items. Users could purchase virtual mystery boxes containing various items, with the possibility of winning luxury goods like designer clothes, shoes, electronics, or even expensive cars. The allure of
Like,
potentially
whoa,
scoring
you could maybe make tons of stuff. Oh, right, but it's gambling. Right. And they're promoting it to children. Yeah, right, yeah.
high-value items drew in a substantial amount of interest, and many of those interested were impressionable young viewers who many would say should not be shown gambling content, which can lead to harmful habits. In late 2018, RiceGum partnered with Mystery Brand and promoted their platform to his audience in his video, How I Got AirPods for $4. Rice would win expensive prizes and continue encouraging his viewers.
Yeah, he's like, oh my god, I just spent $4 and $24,000 sneakers? That's crazy and totally not rigged at all.
To try their luck as well.
Like, if they give me a fidget spinner one more time, bro, I'm punching my monitor. I'm just gonna have AirPod. Yo, I be still having the cords. Like, I don't even have these yet. I spent $4 for this. Yo, I just finessed the website. $4 AirPod.
That's some marketing, ladies and gentlemen. That's drugs. I know a lot of you see this and you're like, oh, he's just putting in $4 and getting stuff. No. Right now, he is doing crack cocaine.
I have to go sell it back. I'm gonna ship this to my house right now. So you guys can see my balance right here. I started with like half of this, and then I just kept opening stuff, got some cool stuff, and then I like sold back, so I made back some of the money. I'm up right now, though.
Almost immediately, Rice's video faced backlash due to the nature of the sponsor. YouTubers like H3H3 and even PewDiePie criticized him for exploiting his fan base, which primarily consisted of minors, by promoting a potentially addictive form of unregulated online gambling. The ethics of endorsing a platform with no clear regulations or age restrictions came under scrutiny, sparking debates about the responsibility.
It's like, what a wild world we live in. How the entire community came together when this was posted 5 years ago or whatever, or probably less, probably only like 3-4 years ago. And the whole community came together and was like, wow, this is disgusting. You can't promote this stuff. This is illegal. This is unregulated. You're promoting it to children, and everyone was against it. And now that gambling has become a massive part of streaming economy, all of a sudden, oh, nothing wrong with gambling anymore. So suddenly it's like, whoa, hold up there a second though.
Abilities of influencers when endorsing products or services.
He made a video in partnership with Mystery Brand promoting their product, which is a gambling site aimed at children aspiring to be a douchebag. You know, those kids that are growing up watching people like RiceGum and Jake Paul going, Mom.
Parents have to do a better fucking job. I'm not gonna lie. I know you could blame RiceGum all you want, and yeah, guy's kind of an asshole for this, but like, dog, this is like colossal parents L. They just put a freaking iPad. They expect to babysit their kids with iPads. Obviously, they're just gonna go watch the things that are shiny and sparkly and money.
Dad, when I get older, I want to be an asshole.
One of the central issues surrounding RiceGum's involvement with Mystery Brand was the lack of transparency.
Yeah, because it's not gambling if they're gonna make you win automatically. They see you automatically winning.
Viewers questioned the authenticity of the winnings showcased in his unboxing video. Allegations arose that the outcomes of the mystery boxes were predetermined, making it appear as though RiceGum consistently won valuable items to entice his audience, when in reality, it was very unlikely they would win anything good at all. News articles have been published.
The freaking news needs to get in on. Like, and I don't mean stupid gaming journalist articles. I mean like the feds. Like, there needs to be repercussions to scamming your audience. The fact that Logan Paul's crypto thing, where he promised money back and admitted to scamming people and still didn't pay them back about a year later, the fact that that happened and he's throwing money at all this other stuff and he's making millions, and the fact that he still hasn't paid this up is not facing any form of repercussions at all, that's gross.
Explaining the current controversy, and Rice, as a result, responded a few days later.
It's true, I'm an asshole. Like, what was I thinking? Like, I can't really do much because I already did it. The damage has been done. You guys already saw a money-hungry side of me.
Right, and then he gives away a couple of random gift cards that were already used.
And it is what it is, and there's nothing I can really do but say sorry and give you these Amazon gift cards, so...
Here's some Amazon gift cards, guys. I'm gonna make it up to you. Oh yeah, but he used those gift cards already.
I'm sorry, it just wouldn't happen again. Amazon codes $10 to $20, just a little giveaway. It's the least I can do.
How does he think that this is a good idea?
After, you know, this, you know.
Oh my god, that hurts to look at. I remember when he
have a good day, guys. I'm sorry again. I hope you guys can forgive me. Let's have a good year. Yeah, no, okay. All right.
That is the least apology I have ever seen in my entire life.
Alright.
During his video,
What the frick was he thinking?
he basically expressed indifference to the criticism.
He's like, yeah, I ripped off children. Oh well, here's $10, $20.
And had little remorse for having promoted this product. And just to twist the knife a little further, as a way to make it up to his fans, he promoted expired Amazon gift card
Dude should have whipped out a ukulele.
codes as if that would make it all better. Critical, while slightly late to the party, still eventually made a video detailing his view of the drama and Rice's initial response.
Oh, hey guys, I stole a lot of money from you. I'm sorry. I got you this Subway sandwich. I hope that makes up for it.
There we go.
I'm sorry.
Look at this.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Just such a blatant disregard
That's my
for
boy.
giving a shit about his fans.
Yeah.
Openly just doesn't care.
Literally
As the
doesn't
drama
care.
intensified, legal and ethical concerns surrounding Mystery Brand's operations and Rice Gum's promotion of the platform came to the forefront. Regulatory authorities began investigating the website, and Rice would distance himself from the platform due to the potential legal ramifications. And many in the public became even more angry.
That's the point. You could be as much of a disgusting, hypocritical bastard as you want. You could literally do whatever you want. There are no repercussions to it if you just keep up that asshole persona on the internet. Nothing will stop you from just keep being an asshole, except for legal repercussions.
Angry once they found out Rice may have made upwards of $100,000 for this promotion. In a Verge article, the CEO of Mystery Brand would say, "We do not need to physically own these cars or houses to include them as prizes in the box. If the user were to win such a prize, we would either offer them the exact money value of the prize, or our representatives would personally fly in the city of the winner and help them with the purchase of a car or house." And this obviously
You are joking! I didn't know that!
sounds very misleading given the nature of the ads.
You open up a box and you see the thing you won. Nope, it's just the value sort of the thing you won. You want a house. Oh, you want a house? Oh, we're gonna buy you a house in Oklahoma. It's gonna cost shit all, but like, I mean, hey, it's a house.
They advertised that people would win the actual item, not a dollar equivalent. And to this day, it's unknown how many people actually won items from the service that are worth much of anything, what likelihood there is of winning these rare items, etc. If you go on Mystery Brand's site today, your antivirus software probably will try blocking you from entering. However, if you proceed forward, all you'll find is a blank page. It seems that no one can find out where the website went and what happened to all the money they made, leading some to believe it truly was a
They grabbed the freaking bag and ran the frick away, baby. That's all they needed to do.
straight up scam. In the same way that some influencers do rug pulls by promoting a cryptocurrency to inflate its value, it seemed like this company was created with the intention of being promoted by influencers, and as soon as the controversy began, they just shut down the product.
These influencers are greedy, freaking stupid people, individuals, usually with no legal team looking over their shoulders. They are the easiest people to manipulate into promoting your heinous activities, and then you could just freaking dip with zero way to get back to you. It's actually so sad, and I wish that, listen, YouTube's terms of service is freaking garbage. It's bullshit. I get strikes for like no reason. A lot of people ask me where my Reddit reaction stuff have been going, reacting to my Reddit. Well, I don't do my Reddit stuff anymore because I always get strikes when I react to my Reddit because you guys post shit there. But how are scammers not getting strikes? How is scamming your audience not more in violation of terms of service than watching a kid cartwheel on a Reddit video?
Rice Gum and Jake Paul would not be affected after this controversy, viewing it as a small career setback and nothing more. By this time, Rice had already become less active on YouTube, clearly losing interest in making videos and being past his peak of popularity. After a few years of sporadic uploads and a failed attempt to start a family channel with two of his girlfriends, Rice would go into
Men tried to start family channels with 2 girlfriends. God fucking damn it, what a legend.
retirement in 2021, leaving many to wonder where he went. But in 2023, he made a comeback to the
Reacting to my ex-girlfriend's breakup video? Oh my god, that is so toxic!
leaving many to wonder where he went. But in 2023, he made a comeback to the internet, streaming on Twitch and teasing that he would be exploring streaming contracts. With sites like Kick and Rumble on the rise, the independent platforms are always looking for more talent to bring new users to their sites. Rice, being someone with 10 million subscribers and a loyal following, would have no issue pulling upwards of 10 or even 20,000 people to watch his streams, and as a result, a bidding war began. Aiden Ross, someone who Rice helped out early in his career, infamously stated that he would leave his new home base, Kick, if they did not sign Rice Gum.
Kick, if we do not do everything in our power to sign Rice Gum, we are f***ed. If Rumble gets Rice Gum before us, we are f***ed. And I am ripping up the contract and going over there without a contract.
Well, in July of 2023, Rice Gum announced he would be signing a deal with Kick's main competitor, Rumble. While the exact amount he received for his contract is unknown, many have
Oh my god, they don't even have a hat. He had to tape a shit on the hat. Oh my god, dude.
speculated it's an 8-digit figure, meaning Rice got a substantial payout from the deal. That being said, Aiden Ross is still on Kick.
This is my favorite clip. Guys, if you're watching this now and you've been kind of lulled into a state of boredom because of Rice Gum and his 2 girlfriends on his family channel, get back in here. You're about to see one of my favorite clips on the internet.
Fascist mean?
What does fascist mean?
It means you are a far right authorization on ultranationalist. Oh my God!
With his return to the internet,
Man, literally idiot. I like that is one of my favorite clips of all time, and that is why on the Some Ordinary podcast, I have forced the institution of a segment in every single stream, the Aiden Ross clip of the week, where I find one Aiden Ross clip every single week that will blow all of your minds. So that is my favorite part of every podcast.
Rice has been revisiting a lot of his old drama to comment on how he feels about it today, seemingly thinking he's owed an apology from those who criticized him in the past. That's something he did receive from iDubbbz, but Charlie maintains his hatred of Rice Gum even years later.
He tried streaming GTA RP, but after getting insulted by the chat constantly, he eventually called it quits there too. I already know his whole fucking story, man. This guy's just such a fucking L. He was for a long time my least favorite person on the platform.
Oh my God! Rice Gum out there competing with pedophiles, and still he's his least favorite on the platform. God damn!
I kept up with him, man. I was like a full-blown hate watcher.
He was a full-blown hate watcher.
But this is like some Sniper Wolf commentary.
I was his parasocial enemy. Like, what's good with bro?
While the Penguinz0 channel may not have ruined the career of Rice, his combined effort alongside other creators did help shed light on a controversy that many may have not otherwise seen or been aware of. It definitely hurt Rice Gum's reputation to those outside of his audience and painted him as someone who had very little empathy for those he may hurt.
Look, I am someone that's never watched Rice Gum. I never found his hype beast content appealing at all, obviously. I stuck to wholesome things like Rule 34 tournaments, obviously. But, dude, man always struck me as weird. I got my impressions of him from everyone else, from iDubbbz and from Penguinz0 and PewDiePie and all the people making fun of him. So as someone that never watched him and only saw him through the lens of all these people, I also found him to be like an insufferable scumbag. I don't know any redeeming features that he actually has, to be honest.
Mystery Brand is now assumed to be defunct, while Critical and other YouTubers who raised awareness are largely credited with his downfall. And while Rice Gum still maintains an audience, the majority of the internet outside of that very limited reach sees him as a clown. Twitch has been home to
Yeah, it is kind of wild how massive he was, and I don't know anyone that actually doesn't think of him as a clown.
wide variety of content over the years, but mostly gaming related stuff, whether it be speedrunning or let's plays.
Wait, XQC, is this React stuff? Is that what he's gonna be talking about? Or the gambling?
Platform has generally been a place for the gamer nation to rise up and watch some of their favorite internet personalities play those games. However, in the past few years, there's been a few emerging scenes as the interests of creators and viewers alike have diversified. One of these categories is Twitch politics, largely pioneered by streamer Destiny, at least prior to his ban from the platform.
XQC politics? Man doesn't know how to tie his shoes! Man can't chew gum and think at the same time, and he's covering politics?
Destiny inspired a litany of other streamers to take his combination of gaming and politics to their own shows, with people like Hassan Piker and Vosh coming directly from his community, getting their start as recurring characters on his stream. One such member of the Twitch politics community is Bad Bunny, a self-identified leftist who had a number of collab streams with Destiny prior to their falling out. She then associated
Does everyone fall out with Destiny? Oh my god.
largely with people like Mike from PA and Hassan Piker. At this point, she became known for various
Oh, yeah, her! Oh! She's the $5! Donating to me only $5! I have been streaming for hours now and I didn't see any money coming at all! $5!
viral clips in which she said outlandish things, which would then be reposted to sites like Twitter to call her a horrible person.
My value is so much more than all of your value put together.
So true, bestie. Me too, honestly. We are like the same.
Everyone in this chat, like I know every life has value, but like my life is far more valuable.
So based. So unfathomably true, Queen. Mine too. My life also has way more value than all you guys. All you guys in chat put together don't make up my value.
Your lives have value, but mine is much more valuable than your life.
Yeah,
and the fact that you don't even acknowledge this really disgusts me. It's like when you see like a super ugly dude that goes up to like a 10 and is like, hey babe, do you want to go out?
What is she saying? What is this rant? I've never heard this ramble before. Oh my god.
Insulting. You don't realize what's happening here, do you? You think we're on the same level. That's insulting. And the fact that you think, chatters, that you're on the same level of value as I am, is, to be quite frank, insulting.
I am so confused, bro. Like, what?
This clip is probably a joke, and as an entertainer, her actual opinions are often exaggerated for entertainment value.
When I said it, I want to just be clear. I want to make an apology video for when my clip gets taken out of context. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to sincerely apologize for saying that all of your value combined is not even close to my value. You see, all your value combined is probably worth more, but like, I'd say that's only because there's hundreds of you in there. Like, just on a scale, I'd say I'm worth at least 100, 125 of you. But saying that all 500 people in chat right now are not worth my value, that was rude, and that was uncalled for. When clearly about 100 to 125 of you make up my value. You know, you have probably less fame than me, so I'm probably worth more than you. It's like, it's just how it is. I don't want to be that guy, but unfortunately, like, if you're open to trying new things, I just want to say you could maybe check yourself into an asylum. I mean, what are you doing?
That being said, one of her worst tendencies would be ironically begging for money on stream when she felt her viewers were not donating enough.
Please give me fucking money.
Yo, she's just like me.
Wish I could, but I'm so poor. But thank you for streaming for us, even though some of us are poor bums. What happened to all my pay pigs? I'm on a pay pig drought right now.
Bro.
Every time someone doesn't subscribe, Nebel sheds a tear. What do you want from me, chat? What could I need to possibly do to make sure that this stream doesn't die because I can't afford to keep it going anymore?
I don't know. She should consider being entertaining.
As a general rule for streamers and content creators in general, e-begging is frowned upon. It's a cheap way to guilt trip your audience into paying you, when of course the real way to earn donations is just to make good, honest streams that viewers will want to donate to automatically. But that's a trial that's too turbulent for some, who would rather constantly remind their audience that they're not doing this stream for free. No, they're only there for that bag. Bad Bunny had committed this cardinal sin on a number of occasions, but to very little attention outside of her own audience. Unfortunately for her, in 2020, someone decided to clip one of these instances and then repost it to other sites.
$5 a month.
That's the one. That's the famous clip. I've seen that one.
How do you have hours of time to watch me and not $5?
See, the real question is why anyone is spending hours of time to watch her. See, she should be paying them to be there.
I don't know. What are you doing with your life where you have hours of time to watch Twitch and not $5 to provide for the content that you're watching?
On January 20th of 2020, Charlie would post a video titled "The Greediest Streamer on Twitch" with
I love Charlie so much, man. Just goes out there.
her in the thumbnail itself.
The majority of the stream is spent begging and shaming people into giving her money.
Like, how are you consuming this free entertainment? Like, how do you think free entertainment is available to you? It's because
it's free. That is it.
Other people actually provide money.
This is the most entitled person I've ever seen in my life. You know, you don't have to be a streamer. You could work in McDonald's.
So you can be a cheap ass. That's it.
Chat, I haven't got a donation or a sub for an hour.
I'm watching every single one of these streams that she's doing. It's not like she's doing any crazy riveting content or anything.
What the fuck? For an hour? What the fuck?
Charlie was under the belief that this was not a joke at all, but instead, Bunny was genuinely trying to guilt her audience into donating to her at every opportunity, and his audience seemed to agree. Does she not realize that people can have hours of free time and not have extra money? You know, like teenagers who don't have jobs yet? I doubt she has many fans that are adults. She's right about two things: she's not seen as a respected content creator, and whoever watches her is wasting their time. Her streamer comrade, Mike from PA, also made an effort to defend her on his own stream.
Defended her? Oh, man. Oh, she's not gonna sleep with you, bro.
Stating that the real reason people were mad at her is because she's a woman.
Oh, man. Not that defense. Oh, man. Oh, man. That's the worst defense I've ever seen in my life.
And that the audience is sexist.
And the reason why this is getting retweeted and liked so much is because she's an attractive woman.
True. People are just like, oh, she's asking for money. Oh. True. That's literally everyone's reaction.
Who didn't act like a nice person, which is what makes sexually frustrated incels angry. Woman non-acting, woman out of her place. Me.
Stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Mad.
Bringing a sensitive social issue into a petty internet drama made Mike look pretty ridiculous to the audience, and his defense was not received well.
I wonder why.
He seemed to get even more irate when he found this clip of Dr. Disrespect mocking Bad Bunny, at which point he went full white knight mode.
Yeah, listen, if people are gonna watch me for free, you better line up the contracts.
Yes!
Yeah, I don't work for free. If they're sitting in the channel watching me for free, I'm gonna be
pissed off!
Wow, this only has 980 views, and it's from Dr. Disrespect, one of the biggest streamers on the platform, and nobody cares!
What are people supposed to say? He's obviously being ironic.
It's almost like you're sexist! It's almost like you've been exposed right fucking now by me!
Got him destroyed.
Meanwhile, others took a different approach to defending her, claiming she was just trolling, and the entire thing was a bit that had bamboozled the entire internet. Yes, guys, I've seen this. It's funny. This girl's clearly a troll. Don't get baited. I used to do this same bit. She's baiting outrage for more views and donos. Classic. Regardless, for the time being, is
oh my god, when Keemstar's being sarcastic, you know that you're dealing with a real intellectual titan.
Seemed like there were some short-term returns on this viral clip. Charlie's video about her received 13 million views, leading some small portion of those viewers to trickle down to her audience. Bad Bunny got over 100,000 new followers on Twitch. And while a few other clips of her would go semi-viral, no single video from Bad Bunny would ever explode in the way this one did, and she didn't receive a substantial increase in regular viewership. Since then, Bad Bunny's rebranded her Twitch channel to Cr1TiKaL.
That's the Charlie effect, guys.
And while she remains on Twitch to this day, she's somewhat inactive. When she does go live, she averages 242 viewers, despite having over 500,000 followers, having since started an OnlyFans to collect some extra cash.
This is the e-girl life cycle. It's like literally wild. This might be cancelable, but I'll just say it. She literally, in the previous clip we saw, she said to people in her chat that she's offended when guys in chat ask her to like date her, or that she's seen as like for sex appeal and stuff like that. Didn't she go on this whole tirade, this whole rant about that in the past? And now she's titling her streams Fat Booty Friday and has an OnlyFans? Is that the character development that we've seen here?
100,000 followers, having since started an OnlyFans to collect some extra cash. With Bad Bunny, it's more arguable whether or not her career was hurt by Critical. Surely his video calling her out didn't help her discoverability, but even so, her viewership hasn't had a sharp decline as a result of his video. Instead, she's remained relatively consistent with the small audience she does have. So maybe it's more accurate to say that there wasn't much to ruin in the first place. There are very few people who could say they've created mainstream memes. Even fewer could say that they themselves are a meme. Bryant Moreland or EDP445 could say both. Rising to fame in the early 2010s, EDP would make short videos often screaming about his beloved football team, the Philadelphia Eagles. One of the first videos to put him on the map and go viral was his rant about the team's recent trade.
Chip Kelly, what the f are you doing out there in what the f? You released Cr1TiKaL. Okay, fine. I think it's stupid as f. Okay. You trade LaShawn McCoy. We don't even have a running game now.
This was many people's first taste of EDP's content style, often making clips where he talks about poop or jerking off in a very blunt and comedic manner. After all, his name was literally Eat Dat Pussy 445. EDP had established himself as an obscure content
I don't know. Am I the only one that is not excited about EDP content
creator for the time being, showing off his larger-than-life personality with videos such as I flooded the toilet at Chipotle and best to beat your shit too. People were drawn to his
man's giving us the sauces.
Content format and honesty, and many of his videos would be shared outside of his circle, increasing his viewer base and more importantly, his prevalence in the mainstream. One thing that fans had taken notice of was EDP's hypersexualized nature, making unironic videos like top 200 porn stars of all time, and even
what the frick? He made a video top 200 porn stars of all time?
Been getting sued by a sex hotline for refusing to pay the $20 fee because he found the services inadequate. After this incident, he promised to never call these lines again, mostly playing off this very real legal issue as a joke. Fans accepted this as just another byproduct of his online character, and with a name like EDP, you can't really blame them.
Good evening, Twitter. This is your boy Eat That Pussy 445, and about like 30 to 45 minutes ago, I beat the f out of my dick so goddamn hard that I can't even feel my left leg. My left leg has went totally numb. What the frick is even
happening right now?
He wasn't just making viral videos.
Dude, I didn't even know he had this whole breadth of content. He actually had an audience. I know, like, he had millions of subscribers on his channel, but it's just so far-fetched for me to think that this guy had all of that.
Videos. His persona has slowly become the thing that was viral. People loved his straightforward attitude along with his absurd, wacky faces. It was almost like he was born to become a living post, constantly pumping out uploads. It would be almost impossible to list all of his videos that have gone viral. Going on shows like Tosh.0 and even the Howard Stern Show, the sudden surge in popularity for him was clear. EDP's fame reached such a height that he even got invited to hang out with famous rappers rapper Tyler the Creator. It was hard to hate EDP, and most people—
Not anymore! My, how things change. See, again, I don't think this is a case of Penguinz0 exactly destroying him. I don't think he's a victim of Penguinz0. He's a pedophile.
People that weren't even fans of him would still say that they found him funny. Things were great until rumors started to swirl around potential allegations.
What's this, you fucking piece of shit? What's this? Huh? What's this, motherfucker?
In April of 2021,
Man, was he confident. Holy shit.
a Chris Hansen-style channel called Predator Poachers released a video showing text messages from EDP and confronting him in person. They had posed as a 13-year-old girl, and some of the texts EDP had sent were downright horrific. For obvious reasons, I won't get into specifics, but I will show this picture that was memed to death after the situation unfolded. EDP had gone in person to meet up with this 13-year-old. When the Predator Poachers confronted him, he would make excuses and talk about how he only wanted to go get a cupcake, adding on to the pile of memes this controversy had already created.
Again, so what brings you out here today?
Well, I was coming out here to...
Glasses off.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Well, I was actually coming out here to pick up a cupcake and then go back home. There was, you know, nothing that was going to be sexual involved.
He came here to pick up a cupcake, you see. Yeah, interesting, yes. Of course he did, yes, obviously.
Because I'm not like that, you know. Well, obviously the text messages and stuff like that, you know what I mean?
Critical.
Because, you know, obviously the text messages, because he got exposed as flirting with a 13-year-old kid.
Watching this all go down, jumped on a live stream and began going over the footage. If viewers didn't know what was happening before, they most certainly did now.
See, but here's the thing. I don't think he killed EDP. I don't think he, like, put a nail in the coffin. I think that he just kind of made it more popular. EDP killed himself. See, Sneako is a Charlie victim. Charlie fucking eviscerated that man. EDP died from a cupcake.
Charlie would upload a full version of the stream on his YouTube channel, which instantly gained 2 million views in under a day. He voiced his absolute disgust with EDP, barely even able to keep his cool attitude that was prevalent in most of his videos. The dude was genuinely angry, and you couldn't blame him.
Want to bend you over my table and just want to throw you on my bed and lick you up. Oh, what the f? This is worse than like 50 Shades of Grey writing, and that's horrible.
Today, this video has 16 million views, and a comment section filled with people horrified that one of their favorite internet memes happened to be a pedophile. This was so painful to get through. Charlie's humor was the only thing that made it bearable to listen to, but I couldn't even watch the actual video. Scroll through the comments most of the time because some parts really hurt to listen to. Charlie had felt passionate about this controversy, uploading a second video detailing that while Predator Poachers did a good deed exposing EDP, they also had their own skeletons in the closet. The organizer, Alex, had his own sordid past, and just a general vibe of creepiness in some of the clips that had been unearthed. Charlie made note that Alex was also noticeably capitalizing on his time in the spotlight, making merch and actually withholding more clips and context so that the YouTube video could be monetized. It seemed to him that Alex prioritized making as much money as possible instead of exposing EDP. Despite this, Charlie made it clear that this didn't discount what EDP had done, and he was in no way defending either of them. In his mind, they were both bad and both deserved backlash, but
except one guy was bad because he was a greedy bastard, and the other guy was bad because he's an actual pedophile. That's the main difference.
Obviously, EDP was the guy trying to groom kids, so he was—
He wins! He wins, ladies and gentlemen!
Worse.
Yeah, the guy f***ing sucks ass. Like, he's not a good person. He did a good thing, but he's not a good person. You can point out the good thing and also point out that the person is bad. It's not one or the other. It can be both. EDP's bad. Check Goldstein. Alex, Predator Poachers Alex is bad.
As a result of the controversy, several social media platforms and websites began banning EDP, and the Predator Poachers were also banned.
Finally.
YouTube was the first to take action, demonetizing EDP's channel before—
I totally forgot about that. Man was a confirmed pedophile and they demonetized him? Holy shit! What is that?
terminating it altogether. Twitter and Instagram also banned his accounts, preventing him from accessing some of his biggest platforms. Additionally, various forums and websites where he had a presence, such as Discord servers and fan communities, immediately distanced themselves from him and disallowed his participation. But he was now a liability to any business he associated with. The backlash against EDP was intense and widespread, some people arguing that he should face legal consequences for his actions.
Really? Only some people?
While others maintaining that his online presence should be permanently removed removed to protect potential victims. Regardless,
Dogs should be banned and incarcerated.
legal action unfortunately never happened due to the poor planning and execution from the predator poachers. As a result of this, official
Yeah, okay, the predator poachers did a bad job, but why is it that legal action can't be taken? Like, why is the legal system structured in a way that since the investigation was botched, they can't do it, when in actuality this man has been proven beyond any shadow of a doubt. Without working with police, it's entrapment. That is such a bullshit rule. I know the rule. I know the law. I'm just saying, the man, it's bullshit though. Who cares? This person is a menace to society. He is a threat to people, to humankind.
authorities dropped the case, letting EDP walk as a free man. Critical uploaded an official EDP update half a year later. Despite the controversy fading away, people were still keeping tabs on him, looking at the jobs he was trying to get by, and even tracking down the motel he was staying at. Charlie found this amusing, commenting that this was exactly what someone of his caliber deserved.
It's like when Shia LaBeouf put a flag in the middle of Bumble nowhere, and people on 4chan found it using star constellations and airplane routes. They're finding EDP in his suitcase across the country. A global game of Where's Waldo.
With no way to get a legitimate job, EDP constantly tried to make new accounts on platforms that aren't mainstream in an effort to reestablish his online career. Having to resort to a streaming service known as Big O Live, EDP would attempt live streaming on this back alley platform, only to get dunked on by everyone viewing it. Critical had taken notice of this and made it a habit to update his audience on what was going on with EDP, potentially dissuading onlookers from accidentally supporting someone they didn't know the background of.
But he hasn't been banned on there, and he's been doing live streams and trying to make money that way. But the live streams are basically him just getting dunked on by the people that still follow him.
Good
He's like
shit.
that clown at the carnival where you pay money to throw a ball to dunk him in some water. So that's where he's like making his living, I think.
OMG, EDP, I'm such a big fan of you. Like, I'm being so serious.
Thank you.
How's life been? Like, why did you come to Big O?
What the f is Big O?
This app.
Oh, you mean Big O? Oh.
Yeah.
I know what the f you're talking about.
What the frick?
Like, you can find some bad bitches on here too, bro. You can find some bad bitches.
Listen, man. I'm cool on that bullshit.
So you don't want bitches, but you want kids?
Block him. He's gone. Get him out.
You bad, fat nasty big ass bitch. Just don't make that shit up. You peanut head ass bitch. You like touching on little kids. You want a cupcake?
Bryant eventually found a way to get on TikTok without getting banned. Not only that, but he actually started blowing up, reclaiming some of his fame.
That's freaking crazy.
And getting millions of views. It seemed that most TikTok users had barely heard of the situation that happened, so
Wait, there's no way. He's actually live. He's currently live on TikTok. Like, he's still making content on TikTok. He's not been banned.
they were either happy to see him for the first time or to see him again. TikTok is also known to have a user base of mostly children or boomers, so that could have been a contributing factor to this as well. Charlie, now furious that he was so easily able to regain a part of his following, uploaded EDP445 made a TikTok and it's very popular. Displaying an attitude of pure disgust, Charlie remarked how genuinely sickening it was to see TikTok allowing EDP on the platform, citing that it was a much larger problem with the community as a whole.
Which is why no community's been welcoming him back onto the platforms, except for TikTok, because it is a platform that is notorious for not giving a shit about the safety of the kids on there. And make no mistake, a lot of the user base is kids, but they don't take it seriously there. There's been so many cases of horrible shit happening on TikTok, and the people that were behind it still doing just fine to this day. So I'm not surprised that EDP found TikTok as a place to call home, and he'll probably continue to do well on that platform, which is extremely sad to say.
A few months after his return to TikTok, EDP tried to make another return to YouTube, but instantly failed after Critical and Mudahar called on fans to report the channel. This somehow sparked a ban from TikTok right after, making his career plummet once again. EDP had now been banned from what seems like every single platform, and even fan channels were getting taken down that re-uploaded his content. However, like a cockroach, EDP has somehow found a way to stick around. Most recently, he's actually come out and apologized, fully admitting to what had occurred.
Oh, that's right. He made his apology video. I forgot about that. Oh my god. It's like, yeah, now that I was thinking about it, since I tried denying it for the last 2-3 years, and that hasn't worked, I'm gonna try to apologize now. Sorry for all the little kids that I've raped.
Never specifically saying what happened or what he did. At long last, after 2 years of constantly banning anyone even mentioning this subject, he had finally admitted to his transgressions, albeit not very well. Charlie, disgruntled at this point and probably wanting to discuss anything other than EDP, asserts that this apology was a bunch of baloney. He didn't buy for a second that it was genuine. Instead, it was only there to try gaining sympathy and more potential viewers. Even if the apology was genuine, Charlie says that what EDP had been proven to do was unforgivable, and the best thing he could do was lock himself up.
You can't come on this video and pretend like you're taking accountability or responsibility.
There's
If you're
no
not
accountability that could be taken for something like this.
willing to actually tackle what happened and what you were guilty of and actually talk about it directly, then you can't pretend that you're somehow taking accountability or responsibility in the situation. I didn't want to talk about this apology video because I don't think there's any value here. I've already made a few videos talking about EDP over the last 2 years with every attempt he's made to try and come back to the internet, and this is just another one of those. A desperate Hail Mary to try and monetize an internet career again because it is all he has. It is the only home that he knows. So he keeps trying, but this is just not something that you can come back from.
Thus ends the story of EDP445, forever banished to roam the cupcake aisle at Walmart. Through all of this, Charlie has consistently updated his enormous fan base.
Yeah, I would say Charlie definitely did have an impact here. I mean, I guess technically his career was ended because he was, you know, a pedophile, but it's the fact that Charlie kept shining a spotlight on this throughout the years and all of his attempts to come back that really prevented any large platform from keeping him. I do think that Charlie definitely grabbed a colossal W here.
On new developments and what to look for, making a total of 9 separate videos discussing Bryant Moreland's life. Some have said Charlie was just milking the situation after the enormous success of the first video. However, it really seems like he's trying to get the word out to as many people as possible.
Yeah.
Whether you think he's milking it or not, the fact that he's keeping up with EDP and potentially saving viewers.
Milking it. Like, Charlie needs to milk anything. Have you seen this man's channel? Man posts 2 videos a day. He could see a 1-minute Twitter clip of a lady getting mad, and he will make an entire video saying, lady getting mad situation is crazy, and he will get 4 million views on that video saying,
that lady was so angry I almost felt like I was gargling Prime drink after Logan Paul shitting it. But no, it turns out that is actually not the case. It was a very real situation of Karen.
They don't have the full context. From watching him is a commendable effort. Any way to shift attention from a self-admitted predator is a good thing. And as for whether or not critical kill the dude's career, trying to screw kids will usually end your career anyway, but a channel as large as Penguinz0 signal boosting the allegations certainly doesn't hurt. Nicholas Perry, or Nikocado Avocado, is probably not the most famous mukbanger of all time, but he may be the most infamous.
Yes.
2 steps ahead. I am always 2 steps ahead. This has been the greatest social experiment I've come to know.
Initially known for his extremely energetic vegan and fitness videos, his career would take a new direction as he shifted focus into what was essentially the opposite of promoting health: mukbangs. Mukbang is a phenomenon originating in South Korea that involves people eating insane quantities of food while narrating the experience to their audience. The appeal of mukbang videos lies in their ability to satiate 2 primary human instincts: food and social interaction. Nick has subverted this by replacing typical social interaction with chaos.
Insanity. How is this real content?
Audiences are drawn to the odd pleasure of watching a 400-pound man indulge in a feast while he cries, screams, farts, makes strange noises, and does weird monologues about his life, seemingly doing a Joker impression, usually ending with him destroying everything in frame.
That's Nick. That's our boy. Oh my god.
Nick's videos often feature exaggerated reactions, meltdowns, and call-outs of other YouTubers. Because of this,
and crying naked in front of food holding a shaver. Holy shit.
Viewers have pointed out how he uses sensationalism for views and exploits his personal life for online fame, which is definitely true. I mean, the guy's basically eating himself into the grave on camera, and he's very aware of it. The dude's having fun.
Man making his ego faces. Oh my god.
Cheers!
One thing very consistent with Nick's content is his idiocy. Not genuine idiocy, but his over-exaggerated performances of trying to seem like a doofus when he's clearly not. Nick has only ever seemed to be serious a few times, but even then, the way he talks is so over the top and comical that viewers can't tell if he's joking or not. Nevertheless, it's almost uncanny to see him break character, showing fans that he isn't as dumb as he makes himself out to be.
I feel as if my life has been positioned to where I'm monitoring ants on an ant farm.
That's our
One
boy. He's just
follows
looking down
another,
upon us.
follows another, follows another. It's mesmerizing. It's enthralling. It's spellbinding. Just look at all these consumers.
His emotional outbursts and public breakdowns prompted discussions about mental health in the context of how obese he had gotten over the years. Watching this healthy, skinny guy transform into an ogre
so
had genuinely
sad.
concerned some people, regardless of if he was just playing a character. Viewers had been enamored watching Nick essentially ruin his body over the years, so much so that they had never stopped to think about how this actually affected his physical well-being. One YouTuber to voice his concern, of course, would be Charlie,
Our boy.
uploading, "This YouTuber is slowly killing himself for views." Charlie's main point of contention is Nick's viewer base. Nick has gone on to blame his viewers for encouraging his kind of content, and Charlie 100% agrees, finding it to be a sickening cycle of getting more views and becoming more and more unhealthy.
Yeah, this whole drama was crazy. He was dramming with Oompy. Yeah, but dude, crazy. This drama was nuts. Because everyone's been making fun of Nick for years, but then when I feel like when Charlie did it, there was like an onslaught of Nick drama. Like, oh my god.
While there is a sense of irony to the content, regardless of the humorous aspects, it's still watching a man gorge himself on upwards of 5,000 calories on an almost daily basis. The viewers being there, supporting him monetarily, are knowingly or unknowingly taking part in Nick's slow motion suicide.
He said, "It's your fault for encouraging these videos." Now, he says shit like this pretty often, and it shows me that there's still some self-awareness deep within him somewhere, locked deep away. But
So here's the thing. In a way, he's right. Like, a lot of people don't take this perspective, but in a way, he is sort of right. I mean, obviously, bad content does get created because there are people willing to consume the content. That's just the reality of YouTube. But on the other hand, he's incredibly wrong because people will watch a train wreck. Like, tragedies get views, even though no one necessarily likes the tragedy. So man could go on his whole Joker rant of how you did this to me, but no, bro.
rational side of him he keeps buried, locked in a cage, and still does this content, even knowing better, even knowing that it's a complete detriment to his overall health and well-being. As you probably noticed from the screenshot, the last 6 days he's posted a video each day talking about his disability and his new diet with it, and each one he has tons and tons of food from different places, and it's not clickbait. He really eats all of that food. Very rarely does he not finish his plate.
Dude, just look at these thumbnails. Holy crap, he's wearing his like sleep apnea machine while eating all this shit.
He usually finishes it or gets very close to it. Almost nothing goes to waste. It goes right into Nikocado Avocado's gut. And one thing you may have also noticed from that screenshot is his views are high, which is exactly why he does it.
The video would quickly gain traction as viewers interested in Nick's story wanted to hear what Charlie had to say about it. And Nick, being aware of how massive of an opportunity this was, played into the drama for attention. He begins by pretending to not know who Charlie is. He says critical shouldn't fixate on how he looks, and overall provides adequate bait for the audience to make fun of him.
That is literally part of his master Giga Chad plan. He is actually so fucking smart, this man. He knows exactly how to get people all riled up, where he's gonna say, Penguinz0? I don't even know who he is. I don't even know who this guy is.
Who are you? Who is this?
How is this not a meme format? How is it not a meme format? Nikocado pointing at some random shit on his computer? How is this not a meme? This freeze frame is hilarious.
Who is this person? Penguinz0. Who is this person? Who is you?
Got him.
This
man's out of breath, just walked up to the camera.
Person thought it would be cute.
Dude, just look at this image right here. Is this not the perfect meme format?
To sit down on the computer.
Bro.
And talk about my weight and my appearances and to fixate on how I look.
Extremely good at an instrument. I think it was the violin, if I remember correctly. He was.
What?
was extremely good or still is extremely good.
Bro, can this man even hold? It's like the scene in Kung Fu Panda where Po can't even see his penis because he's so fat. What am I doing with my life that I'm making content on this?
First of all, who are you to say that I was healthy? Because I was skinny. Does skinny equal healthy?
Kinda. Sometimes, I mean.
Charlie himself responded a few hours after this, making what seemed to be the fastest drama response of all time. He expressed disappointment in how Nick refused to break out of character and not take anything he said seriously. He also didn't like how Nick placed ads for his Patreon and cameo in what he viewed to be a genuinely serious subject.
It literally wasn't a serious subject, though.
First of all, it's entirely in character. It's kind of like in the Suicide Squad.
It was not a legitimate response at all. It was just a farm that views and clicks and forces personality on a now large audience that's seeing him for the first time. It was part of his master plan.
Movie where Jared Leto was constantly being the Joker, even offset, so he was sending his co-stars like used condoms and dead pig carcasses. That's kind of what Nikocado Avocado has done. He is constantly playing his character. He has become the Joker of mukbangs. It also doesn't really sit right to me that in this response video he puts multiple advertisements for like going to his Patreon and stuff like that. It just shows that he doesn't really take any of it. It feels like this response was just made to capitalize off drama clicks. Like, you know, I just feel like he's never serious anymore. It's always in this act, in this character.
This would be Charlie's final response video. After a back and forth, Nick responded to his complaints of not being genuine by screaming, plugging his cameo, and continuing to stay in character. With no response, Nick made another video titled Penguinz0 and
Look at the face he's making in that thumbnail, holy shit.
Mr. Beast ruined me, this time eating Mr. Beast burger while having a full-on meltdown. Despite two different clear attempts at baiting Charlie to respond again, he never would, apparently realizing that Nick would never make a serious response and was just thriving off of the attention.
Literally. Nick almost won that. I mean, Charlie won too because he's just doing his shit, commentating on regular things, but Nick didn't lose.
Charlie had clearly lost any hope that Nick was willing to lose weight and live a healthier lifestyle. So instead of feeding the flames and continuing to respond, he just stopped outright. The Nick and Charlie drama subsided after this, and the two went their separate ways. Nick continued to make mukbangs and gain weight, while Charlie continued to make his commentary videos. That is, until late April 2023. Apparently, Nick had lost 89 pounds. Now, this is also the same video where he slobbered himself with pizza, but progress is progress. Noticing this on Twitter, Charlie made a video expressing his happiness that Nick had lost almost 100 pounds, and goes on to say that he hopes he reaches an even healthier weight in the future.
And I've always maintained that it would be amazing to see him start losing the weight, and now to see him actually start taking steps down that path, I think that's fantastic, and I have nothing but amazing things to say about that, and a huge round of applause because there's a lot of hard work that goes into this.
Afterwards, it seemed like everything ended on a positive note. However, Nick is
a positive note. Only mental freakouts every second video now.
Still posting mukbangs and has even recently said that he gained all of the weight back, but that could just be him in character trying to get more attention. It's hard to say. What matters is Charlie's criticism wasn't all for naught and could even be slightly credited with why Nick lost all the weight he had. Nikocado,
I don't know, I don't think so.
As a channel is still doing well view-wise, and fans have actually been supportive of his journey in the comments. This is the Nick we want. We miss the lighthearted videos like this, you enjoying your food, things like that. And we don't hate you, we just want to see you happy and healthy. Hopefully Nick sees this support as an indicator that he doesn't have to be fatally obese to pull views, but only time will tell.
Fatally obese, holy shit. I think it's called morbidly obese. Oh god, fatally obese. Man gains 1 more pound, instant death.
Sneako is a controversial...
Sneako jump scare. A lot of you don't know this, but Sneako's actually my upstairs neighbor. And I know this because people are drilling his girlfriend all night. I have a very controversial take on the Sneako arc and the Charlie line, because I think the Charlie,
these are clips, not mags. Mags, not clips.
Fuck, I screwed it up. That I think is one of the greatest comebacks I've ever seen. That video was one of my favorite Charlie videos of all time. That said, the Charlie Sneako discussion video, like the weird interview thing that happened, I did not love that because I don't think Charlie was fully aware of like the insane like anti-Semitic rhetoric that Sneako actually does promote. So I don't think he was even aware of that at the time. So I really feel like he left him off the hook too much.
Controversial figure to say the least. Starting out as a more introspective video essay YouTuber, he would carve out a niche for himself in the digital hellscape by making videos that tackled deep topics like sexism, religion, social media addiction, and so on. Over the years, he garnered a devoted following by making thought-provoking content like his series The 1 Minute Podcast, a show where he interviewed strangers on the street and discussed a wide array of nuanced and sometimes controversial subjects. But there was a turning point in sneako's career that arrived during 2022.
Oh God. The Andrew taint.
Coinciding with
man was just sucking too hard. The dick was just given too much cum, and Sneako could not stop. And everything changed. Everything changed.
the rapid rise in popularity of another prominent figure, Andrew Tate. As Red Pill content became more popular, Sneako saw an opportunity to evolve his channel further and gain a new audience. He began live streaming on his second channel, Sneako, on a daily basis, covering more and more controversial subjects and promoting Andrew Tate heavily. His channel began to grow exponentially after this, and he kept pushing on full steam ahead, often espousing outlandish opinions on stream and interviewing controversial political figures. His stream got so big that it became one of the largest on YouTube, regularly getting around 20,000 live viewers. His willingness to explore contentious subjects often...
And it just kept doing well for him. Man just kept doing better and better by sucking on that taint. He just kept on growing. The taint was too good.
And led to heated debates, drawing the attention of an even more wide-ranging audience. Unfortunately, due to some of the opinions he was espousing, such as his takes on the election and vaccines, his channel...
Yeah, he has another thing. Every time someone gets sick or dies, someone like young or whatever, he's like, well, all of us anti-vax people, all of us people that didn't get vaccinated shed a tear for you. But you knew it was coming the moment you got vaccinated. Like, that's his new thing. Every time he sees someone get sick, he's like, well, bet you were vaccinated.
The channel was eventually terminated for violating the YouTube community guidelines. Sneako quickly migrated to Rumble and has hosted his content there ever since. In May of 2022, Critical uploaded Most Embarrassing Alpha Male Ever, a critique of the Fresh and Fit podcast. Charlie pointed out scenarios that looked entirely made up to him and seemed like just a way to con people into spending money.
But today we're going to talk about my W in terms of having 3 women in one day.
Let me stop you right there. I already don't believe you. It's super hard to think that anything they say is real when they constantly make stupid fucking claims like this one. There is no reality in the entirety of the fucking multiverse where this man has slept with 1 woman, let alone over 1,000 of them. Doctor Strange could peer into an endless multiverse.
Dude, he loves that Doctor Strange analogy, doesn't he? The analogy every single time.
Never find one where this guy slept with 1,000 women. They just say a whole bunch of made-up bullshit constantly.
Apart from the occasional comment, nothing had really come from this video in terms of controversy, until a few months later. Sneako would come across this video and would take a huge issue with Charlie's take, getting so heated that he paused the video to bring up a picture of his girlfriend, who he then proceeded to roast.
I'm not gonna say names. Someone texted me. He's in a monogamous relationship.
I love how Sneako's calling out Charlie for being a monogamous relationship, and now right now Sneako makes believe he's a devout Muslim.
This is his girl. So there you go.
At first, it didn't seem like Critical cared, but after his fans had insisted he respond to this, he finally did a few days later. And his response was not pretty, releasing what...
This is his girl. Man's in a happy relationship. What a loser, am I right? Man's in a happy monogamous relationship? Bro doesn't understand the sweet, sweet adrenaline rush of watching your girl get railed by someone in the same room as you, bro.
It was basically a 12-minute roast of Sneako and his past, bringing up various things like his infamous positive review of cuties and an extremely embarrassing story of actually getting...
This was my first real exposure to Sneako, and it's also the reason I don't care what his opinion is of me, because it's coming from a man who likes cuties. Yeah. So why the fuck would it matter if he thinks I'm a bitch or anything like that? It legitimately couldn't mean less coming from a guy who openly defends a softcore child production. But I couldn't help but take notice of one of his more recent viral clips where he openly defends getting
Imagine seeing the girl you love, like, gift.
Oh, God, bro. You know he regrets this to his every waking hour. You know, every hour of his day, he regrets saying this on this podcast.
Get her? Yeah, I do. I love it. Yeah, I love her. I was about to say I love this bitch. I'm like, no, let me not say that. I love my wifey, my queen.
And you allowed the love of your life to get by another man.
What happened to the other agreement?
I'm crazy. The first time, as soon as I saw like 3 pumps in, I just got up and walked out. I'm just like, I can't.
Oh,
It is a
doesn't love it
legitimately
anymore.
super sad thing to sit there and listen to, because Sneako is very clearly bothered by that whole situation, but is trying to play it off like a deeper message, like, no, this is actually a good thing, and in fact, I recommend every guy out there try letting their girl get f***ed by another man.
When you dwell on the past, while he pounds her sweet ass netorare.
Then you'll know if it's real, if this is the person you want to spend the rest of your life with. It is f***ing tragic.
Sneako's response to this was not so subtle. Pattern recognition. This collage is everyone who advocated for my cancellation.
They didn't advocate for his cancellation, they just made fun of him for being a shitbag.
Fight back and follow my rumble. While it didn't go viral, it did get Charlie's attention, who didn't pull
And
any-
by the way, Sneako's recent tweets have been saying he wishes the Taliban would take over America because he feels like that would be a more moral authority. Bro, you would not last for 5 minutes.
punches. Holy shit, you pathetic, sensitive, soy little worm.
Damn.
I made fun of you for watching your girlfriend get f***ed by numerous other men, and also insulted you for defending CP. That's not cancellation, that's just spitting on you for being a pitiful, sad. After this, a reply chain would start with Sneako expressing interest in fighting Charlie. Like this tweet if you want to see us fight. You know in your soul you would never say that to my face. You literally have a collage of people that hurt your feelings on the internet. You haven't stopped whining about me for months now, you goofy NPC. Even if you beat my ass in a fight, it doesn't change the truth. You're still a c*** who also defends CP. You're not special from the other 10 soy boys who say the same thing. If you got a problem, stop talking on the internet. Let's solve it.
What the fuck does that even mean?
Got your Discord still working on responses? Brother, I have no problem. You started it, and I made fun of you in return. You're upset about publicly admitting to cuckoldry and getting mad at me for bringing it up. You should be mad at yourself instead. Have some self-reflection.
Damn! Damn! When there's tears in your eyes, when she laughs at your size, netorare.
After the Twitter spat, fans were getting excited as the controversy started to get bigger and bigger. Everyone was waiting to see when Charlie would inevitably respond again. And on March 14th, he did.
The day after I posted my response, he went on stream and had a huge, unhinged tantrum and meltdown about the whole thing, and then he sent some of his viewers over. So I was
With a gun, dancing with a gun, pointing it at the stream, bro.
joking with them, saying like, oh, you guys must have
psycho.
just stopped the cuties watch party over there at Sneako's stream, right? Welcome, cucks, that kind of shit. And it got really under his skin in a big way, so he started dancing around with the gun and threatening to come me. So he kept saying, oh, you're in Tampa, right? I'll come see you, waving his gun around and dancing.
Bro,
Wanna watch my clips? Watch my clips. Watch my clips. You want me to watch your clips? Watch my clips. These are the only clips I'm watching, you were?
Now, the reason he keeps saying watch my clips while threatening me here is because during the stream, I couldn't watch him live because he just kept shouting slurs. So I said, watch my clips to see what I was saying about you. I had to communicate via Twitch clips. And I'm sorry to be that guy.
Yeah, you ready? Are you ready?
But he's a fucking imbecile. You absolute buffoon. What you have there is not
Man
clips.
just pulls it out!
These are mags.
Yo!
They're mags, not clips. You absolute fucking buffoon. The same way that this is also a mag. They're all mags.
Oh my god, he annihilated him! Holy crap! He stretched his asshole around his entire face! Brother! Man was trying to intimidate him by waving around guns, and he's like, no, no, no. And he just corrects his words, his lexicon on guns, by showing him a bigger gun. This is the greatest unfathomably based clip I love so much. Oh my god!
Stop saying clips, you look fucking stupid here.
This clip alone went insanely viral almost instantly, with viewers even more pumped to see what would happen next. Hey, there's me. Charlie continued to voice his hatred of Sneako and reiterated what he had in the previous call-out video. This time, however, he made a point to detail how Sneako had been trying to avoid a fight with Brandon Buckingham, another creator that he had beef with.
So this puffing out his chest of challenging me to a fight is clearly attention. That's what it feels like. Because you don't have the same energy for Brandon Buckingham. Brandon Buckingham is more than willing to fight you any day of the week. But with him, you don't want to do that. for some
Because
reason.
unfortunately, bro, you're a cowardly bitch.
Why? Do you not stand by your beliefs when it comes to Brandon Buckingham? He has said all the same things about you that I am saying about you. So why is he exempt? Why don't you want to fight him?
Critical clearly had no intention to fight, but Brandon did. After this response was uploaded, it absolutely blew up in views, gaining 13 million hits. The audience watching remarked how it felt like they had never seen such a blowout in one's favor, with Sneako left in the seat.
They've never seen such a blowout, except for Sneako, who sees his girlfriend perform blowouts on other people all the time.
Once again. On March 15th, KSI joined in on the Sneako hate train, posting a meme referencing the story. Sneako, stop ducking Brandon Buckingham. He's down to fight. Don't tell me Sneako is scared. The drama surrounding this situation was hitting critical mass, and it felt like
Critical mass! Oh, I see what you did there, homie. Turkey Tom out there with the turkey tantrums.
Everyone was looking for ways to dunk on Sneako. Nothing else even needed to be said by Charlie, and for the most part, it seemed like Sneako had taken the definitive L.
Yeah, I think this is one of the biggest Charlie dubs ever. In Charlie's next video where he does his interview with Sneako, I think he drops the ball a little bit, I'm not gonna lie, by letting him off so easy.
Despite this, on April 1st, Critical uploaded I Talked to Sneako, shocking almost everyone involved.
We just haven't liked each other. We haven't seen eye to eye on many things, so our internet beef has become this fine Wagyu steak. It's been this very tasty, juicy bit of drama between the two of us, and today it finally boiled over and we had a conversation.
Charlie would go on to say he was shocked by how easy it was to have a conversation with Sneako, and he was expecting him to be much more aggressive and defensive, but in contrast to his videos and tweets, he came across more reasonable.
This was a very laid-back, very calm and collected Sneako, who was actually more than willing to concede on some of his points, as well as see different sides of situations, and I didn't expect.
Yeah, I wish it was like that easy, bro. I wish Charlie Jesus forgives all. Yeah, man. I wish Charlie knew about all of the really heinous shit that Sneako's done before having this conversation. I feel like it would have been so much more impactful.
And I'm very appreciative of that pleasant surprise as well, because I went into this with pretty low expectations, but after finishing our talk, I'm actually pretty curious to see where Sneako goes next.
Yeah, and Sneako only gets much, much worse. So Sneako has completely cowered into the corner of actually making fun of other creators. He is now he's an even bigger pussy than he was before when it comes to actually making fun of other content creators. However, ladies and gentlemen, Sneako is much worse in every other way. He doesn't make fun of other people because he's a coward, but now he just makes fun of Jews. Every single one of his streams. Man just hates Jews.
Obviously, this wouldn't resolve every issue between them. The pair still disagreed over influencer responsibility towards audiences, along with ideological differences. But apart from that, the conversation had gone pretty well.
After our conversation, there really wasn't a ton of hostility left. I really feel like Sneako built me up very differently in his head to paint me as a villain in his own mind, and the reality is I just didn't match that description. Now, for me, I did know a lot about Sneako, but after talking to him, I feel like a large part of that is a persona that he's putting on. The way he conducted himself in this conversation, I was actually really surprised with. He was much more calm. Like, he is still very...
It's like Sneako knows what his audience wants. So, like, to his audience, Sneako will be the unhinged asshole, nutcase, Jew-hating guy. Probably because a Jew slept with his girlfriend in front of him or something, who knows. But I don't think Sneako's a complete idiot when it comes to knowing how to talk to like other humans. I just think he's devolved into what his chat wants him to be. And I think he was further radicalized with like YouTube banning him and stuff. And once you get pushed off of all the mainstream shit, unfortunately, kind of sad to hear, but unfortunately, he's left to only exist to collab with Rumblers and other people that get banned to only further radicalize him into this even sadder state.
Passionate, clearly, but he's not having a fucking conniption and a meltdown like I've seen him do so many times in the past.
Despite not seeing eye to eye, viewers watching Charlie and Sneako mostly make peace was a shock to many. Internet drama almost never ends in a conversation, so it was nice to see the value of meeting someone in the middle and letting bygones be bygones. And it's also worth noting that Sneako would later release a video essay on his channel, and while he was still critical of Charlie, he apologized for bringing up a picture of his girlfriend. Mad respect for both of them talking in a civil manner, not talking over one another.
True.
While there would still be tension, the majority of it was diffused.
Twas a good discussion, but I feel like it would have been nice to poke him on some of the other more sensitive topics
during this interview, and viewers went back to watching their respective favorite creator. Sneako continues making content on Rumble to this day, and there's no telling what kind of wacky hijinks he'll get into next.
Bro's only getting 500 likes on a video? That's rough, buddy. Man collabed with all these popular creators and he only got 500 likes on a video?
I've been Turkey Tom, thanks for watching, and until next time, leave me alone.
That was a really good video, Mr. Tom. I'm curious to see what the future holds for everybody here. But if one thing is for certain, and that is, I am always gonna simp for Charlie. I freaking love him so much. Like, holy crap. Out of every parasocial relationship I've ever had, my Charlie parasocial relationship is crazy. It's insane. Every time I talk to him and collab with him, I am losing my shit. Every single time. I cannot stop fanboying inside. Like, he's like, hey man, what's up? And I'm just like, yeah. I just like start giggling and shitting myself everywhere. See, Charlie thinks I'm cool. I am not cool. I am a huge simp. I love him so much. Oh God. All right, we move on. That was a good video. Good job there, Thomas the Turk Engine. That was good. I liked the video. Like, subscribe, and follow me on Twitch. Stay weird, fam.